Hey, y'all. Let's get loaded on Lansdowne.
Oh,
Timing.
very good, very good, very impressive.
All right, welcome to episode 76
76.
of the Loaded on Lansdowne Boston Red Sox podcast. I'm your host, Mark Jacaris. Alongside me always, virtually, is Andrew Andrews, super producer. He makes it all happen behind the scenes, folks. That's what he does. That's his job. He gets paid a lot of money to do it.
Lots and lots.
And all of us at the Loaded on Lansdowne studios are very indebted to his hard work, dedication, and just professionalism. It's unparalleled, really.
Oh, you're too kind, sir.
All right, so Andy, I'm drinking a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale here.
Okay.
Right? I feel as if Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is the best, just all-around beer out there. So, like, if I could only drink one beer for the rest of my life, I think this is the one. Your thoughts?
I can understand your simpleton nature.
Okay.
It is as far as the IPAs, that world, pale ales, it is bang for the buck. It is a very great one, definitely. As a sufferer of the gout, I've had to reconsider what I feel about beers. And really, if it comes down to it, it is true. The pale ale is great. There are still times when it's really not the perfect beer.
Okay.
And there's really only one beer that's the perfect beer for. I'm talking from, hey, we have to walk across the Sahara. We need a beer for this. To it's 93 degrees and we're sitting in the bleachers.
Yep.
To, let's be honest, we're at the ski slopes and we're sitting by the fire. And there's really one beer that can just do everything from that.
I know
you know where I'm going.
Yep.
Nice cold Coors Light.
There it is. I knew it was coming. I had to ask the question. I mean, I knew the answer already, but I just had to ask the question because
the Andy Andrews of maybe 10 years ago might have had that answer.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I ask is because we went to the beach today for dinner. We did a little picnic. We picked up some pizzas, and we went down to the beach.
So you decided to get some pizzas and then throw sand on top of it?
Yeah, we threw sand on top.
That sounds like a terrible.
Then we threw the box in the water because we're irresponsible assholes and we don't like nature. So we just so we went to the beach today, and I said to myself, what are you gonna get for beers? And I went to my my go-to, my all-around go-to, which is my Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. I just think it's the best all-around beer. But I mean, to your point, I love the Coors Lights too. They're very, very
drinkable.
Absolutely. I had a Miller Lite today.
Yeah, it's all right.
Working on some stuff. Drinking. All right. All right, so in this episode, gang, Andy has no idea what's coming to him. Usually we plan the show and we, this is what we're going to talk about. I mean, it's still a disaster, which you all know if you're
let's be honest, nothing's happened.
If you listen to this podcast, you already know that whatever we do is a disaster anyway. But now that there's like literally no baseball,
and since last week, there's been no movement.
Lou Merlone tweeted out. I actually tweeted out a couple of days before he did. So I'm.
Dude, Lou Merlone loves to fucking fight with people on social media.
He's all in. But
for somebody who's made a few bucks in his life, and you think maybe at this point he'd just maybe kind of be out of it. Like Zolak is kind of like the Lou Merlone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Zoe will like yell and scream and stuff, but he's talking about like, Chino's steak place and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like Merloni's getting in fucking fights with people and calling them dumb fucks. You know?
Well, Belichick hates Merloni, that's for sure. But Merloni tweeted out, he's like, "There's not going to be a season this week," and I tweeted it out before he did. I said, "Just cancel the season. Just cancel the season. It's not going to happen." But you know, it's unfortunate. Here's the other thing I was thinking about, because we're kind of freestyling here. Anything goes for this pod. Again, we don't have anything planned. But you know what I was thinking about today, Andy, which kind of blows, is Pawtucket. Just the whole Pawtucket Red Sox situation. You know, this is supposed to be their final season. I was going to get tickets to their last game. You know, it's just a bastion of sort of my childhood and everything else. And there's not going to be any Paw Sox this year. I think that kind of sucks, but I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, the Paw Sox were always that team I said I was going to go see. You know, I don't know. I moved around a little bit more as a younger kid, so I think that I never really was enough to be in with an actual minor league team. You know, I went to some games here and there, but yeah, it is what it is.
Did you go see the Pittsfield Mets when you were a kid?
Yes, I did.
Originally from, right?
Yeah, I saw the Pittsfield Mets. I saw Oil Can Boyd pitch against the Pittsfield Mets when they weren't the Mets then. They were there was Pittsfield Mets, but then before that, I saw Oil Can Boyd pitch against the Holyoke Millers.
Oh, wow.
I was like 5. I mean, I know this because I was told I was at this game.
Right.
I kind of remember goofing around. But the Pittsfield Mets was more when I was like in college out in Western Mass. That's when they kind of got that league going again. North Adams, then they tried to do they merged into the like a college semi-pro league they have in the summer, because North Adams, the Steeple Cats, and they kind of play in that area. It's for the
was that the New York
Division
Penn
One
League
teams that live up here, huh?
Was it New York Penn League? Was that the?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
So, but I gotta tell you, when you're talking about baseball and the season and whatever and freestyling, it really is starting to look like the NBA is gonna get their shit together before baseball.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely, and that'll be the end of baseball.
Like that's almost a done deal for the NBA.
Yep. Well, you got to figure, you know, although they're in close contact with each other and everything else, there's only 5 dudes on the court.
Well,
they have the smallest rosters in professional sports.
That helps, and they can play at Disney.
Right.
Disney, that wild world of sports, they have 12 courts. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a gorgeous place too, by the way, because that's where the Braves have their spring training.
Yes.
Absolutely gorgeous. We were down there for 1 year, and we just like walked in, like there was just like a dude at the gate. There was no baseball going on. I'm like, can I just like go out on the field and like check it out? Guys like, yeah, come on in. They were like super friendly. It was awesome. We were at Disney, and I'm like, I just want to go check this place out. But
instead of $400 a night to stay there,
yeah, exactly.
You walk on the grass.
Can you let me into the stadium? That'd be great. All right. So this comes from a mutual friend of ours, Andy, a coworker, and it might come from an odd place. Okay. But she kind of lifted it from a tweet, but she sent it to me, and I thought it was an awesome tweet, so I'm going to give her credit. So our friend Laura Burrows,
all right, yeah,
who we work with,
okay.
Laura sent me a tweet, and the tweet asked, who is the best baseball player that you have ever seen live? And it doesn't have to be from your team.
Oh, so easy. Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson?
Easy. I saw him, and he made a catch, like a diving catch right in left field, and I remember being, and just, yeah, easy, Bo Jackson.
All right, yeah. So this was hard for me because I'm trying to think of pitchers and hitters. Like it's just so different, right? So for pitchers, the 2 people that automatically came to me obviously were Pedro and Clemens. Right. Those.
Yeah, but you know what? It's funny. I almost don't even think about like Red Sox players that way, because you've seen them a bunch of times pitch. You know what I mean? Like it's the reason I almost say Bo Jackson is because it's like, well, it's someone I saw once.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
So, but I mean, even with, even seeing Dave Stewart like dominate the Red Sox in the late 80s and early 90s.
Dude, you ever hear that fucker do an interview? I'm sorry. He can't be anyone's favorite player.
He sounds like this.
It's just
He
the
does. It's
worst.
crazy. It's crazy. He's like so intimidating. He's like 6'5". And he throws 100 miles an hour. And he sounds like Mickey Mouse. It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
Good talk, Dave. Thanks.
But like, yeah, I mean, like legit, that's how he sounds. So I was thinking, of that, but I mean, I just saw Pedro and Clemens pitch so much. I'm pitching wise, I'll probably lean toward Pedro because the things he did were insane.
Yeah, they won. So,
but
like Manny Ramirez is in that category.
Yeah, but I would say honestly, like, dude, I saw A-Rod put on some clinics at Fenway. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not even talking about when he was with the Yankees. When he was with the Rangers and when he was
serious steroids, yeah,
that was like he was on some serious. But I'll never forget. He hit a ball one day, and you know where we sit. We sit out in the bleachers. For all you guys who don't know, we have season tickets out in section 36, and Andy and I go out there, and it's straightaway center field.
For now,
when someone hits a home run over the monster. And it really crushes it, you know it automatically. Like when it's a right-handed hitter and he pulls the ball, and that thing starts sailing, you know automatically that it's gone. A-Rod hit a home run one day, and he's playing for the Rangers. Of course, there was like 2 guys on base, right? And it's like, we just have to get out of this inning. There's like 2 outs or whatever. He hit a ball, and I was just like, it was just a moon bomb. And onto the Mass Pike. Every cliche, like it's a moon bomb, like it's on the Mass Pike. Like, no, that really happened.
Did anyone say, hey, I bet that guy's going to take a shit in an open window someday?
Everyone was like, this guy is...
That would have been true. Would have been true.
Like, this guy is definitely marrying Jennifer Lopez. That's what they said when he hit the home run.
And he's going to take a shit with the blinds open in his apartment someday in New York City. Yep.
Yeah, like, he just didn't care. He's like, whatever, I'm just going to take a dump. And, people...
Dude, you're probably on the 52nd floor. I'm sure you don't even think about it.
Doesn't care.
I would do it on a regular basis.
Oh, I would do it all. Dude, if I was famous, I'd be pooping in front of New York all the time. I don't even care. Like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Hello, America. Like, whatever. All right, Andy, you ready for your next question?
Let's go.
All right.
I was impressed by the first one.
All right, so your favorite defunct Fenway bars. Bars around Fenway Park that aren't open anymore that you wish were.
Aren't open anymore.
So, I mean, this is old school. We're old. So, I mean, we got to go back 20 years to these bars that we used to go to. So, go.
Yeah, what's the name of the one that had the pints of Busch Light for like $1.99? It was on like the corner. It was like
PJ Kilroy's.
Yeah, it was like underneath the building. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, that one? No, that was Copperfield's.
No, not Copperfield's. No. PJ Kilroy's, I think it's the one I'm thinking of.
On the corner, like, you had to go down.
Yep.
So, all right, that was on my list.
I just like that one a lot. I like that. Copperfield's was a dump.
Yeah. 2 levels, though. You had the street level, and they had that shitty, stage. God knows what happened there. And then they had that weird back room. There was another bar back there. And then you could go into the alley, and that's where people were smoking cigarettes. What a bizarre place. Then you could go downstairs, and then there was like a replica of Fenway Park. Then PJ Kilroy's became one of those tilted kilts.
Yeah.
Which lasted like 1 second.
Yeah, like 15 minutes. That was quick.
There was literally one season.
Yeah.
It turned into the
Me Too movement kind of fucked up tilted kilts in a little bit.
Well, I mean, you're in the most liberal city in America, and you're doing a tilted kilt. Give me a break, right?
You're better off just being a strip club, because at least you just cards are on the table. Here's what we're doing.
Absolutely. All right. Any other ones there? Because I had PJ Kilroy's coffee.
I know you're number one. Let me think. Yeah, that's about it. I'd say
Boston Billiards Club though. That place is pretty bomb.
Yeah, I've never been in that place. I remember where it was. I never went in it.
It's where Wahlburgers is now.
Yeah.
That place is pretty cool because you could play pool before or after the game.
I always had friends who like lived in the city, so we'd always just get like really loaded at apartments and then kind of crash around. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. So
what do you got next?
What do you think is my favorite one? I'm just curious.
What's it called? I can't remember the name now. It's something Irish.
Antoinua?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, that was where I went on my first date with my wife.
Well, I know, yeah, that's right. It's a good place. I do like that place.
You know why that place was awesome? There was no one there. It was just weird. It was one of those things right near
super close to the park, and there wasn't people there. I know.
No one ever went there. Everyone tried to get closer to the park or go to the other.
Like on marathon day, that place was on the pathway of the marathon, and it wasn't that crowded.
I know. That's why I loved it. It was great.
Yeah.
Now they tore down that entire building. Building something else. All right. Next one. Fenway Food ranked.
You got a choice, or what are we doing here?
All right. So I kept it with the standards, right? Not like the crazy stuff where people are like, yeah, well, there's sushi in section.
I don't want to hear lobster roll.
Yeah, lobster rolls and all that stuff. All right. Because here's the thing.
Dude, you're a fucking asshole. Like, and I say this with I could definitely see myself having enough beers that I need a lobster roll. But like at that point, I'm a fucking asshole. I fully admit it. You know what I mean? Like, if you get a lobster roll at Fenway, you're an asshole.
If you get chowder at Fenway Park,
asshole.
Complete asshole. You do not eat chowder at Fenway Park. I don't care if it's April. I don't care if you're cold. I mean, you're sitting here with a spoon eating soup at a baseball game. Come on.
All right, so here's how I'm going to talk about the food, though.
All right.
What's actually the best is kind of irrelevant, to be honest. We're talking about getting enough calories in to keep you standing for the entire. You know, I mean, this is really what this is about. It's about packing in. There still needs to be some enjoyment. It can't be disgusting.
Right.
Okay. Which is why number 3. I'm gonna go 3 to 1.
All right, go.
Number 3 is an outside thing. It's usually after the game, and that's the Italian sausage.
Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I say from the Sausage King, but really, I put a cart in front of me. I'll assume it's the Sausage King. It could literally be a homeless person from Chinatown with a fucking wheelbarrow and like things in sausage castings. And
as long as there's sausage involved, I'm in.
Whatever. Okay. 2 is the next 2 are inside the park because you have to be able to eat inside. I mean, obviously, I'd rather not. You have to be able to eat inside. Okay.
Yep.
So, believe it or not, big fan of the nachos.
Okay.
I like the nachos. I like the fake cheese. Get the jalapenos. You're a fucking asshole if you don't. It's extra food for, you know what I mean? It's called value. All right. We're a capitalistic society. Figure it out, dude. The number one thing, if we're talking taste, if we're talking nourishment, if we're talking not blacking out and rolling down the stairs, bag of peanuts.
Excellent. All right. So the ones that I had were pretzel, hot dog, sausage, peanuts, the pizza Regina, the little.
Okay, so you're gonna name every. Okay, first of all, you're naming every food. You're making terrible mistakes here. The only thing the hot dog has going for it, the only thing, is that they will bring it to you in your seat.
Right.
Okay, that's the only time when buying the Fenway Frank is really a thing. Okay, if you buy a Fenway Frank, if you stand in fucking line for a Fenway Frank, you're an asshole.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that's right. It's really not that good. Let's not go crazy. Now you talk pretzel. I know a lot of people like the pretzel. Okay, I don't like the throat gum factor of the
Dude,
pretzel.
it's pure carbs though. Like once you drink that, you can have like that immediately gives you 10 more beers.
Pretzel's too much of a fight for me. It's not. There's no real easy way to mustard the pretzel without getting the shit on you.
Yeah, you can get mustard on yourself. You have to. I mean, if you plan on going to Fenway Park and eating a pretzel, you just have to wear shitty clothes because you know you get mustard all over.
That's why the bag of peanuts is by far the best thing. Number one, most important thing about it, they sell it in the same line as the beer.
Yes.
So wherever you get beer, you can get a bag of peanuts. You don't have to worry about, do they have it? No, they have peanuts.
Yep.
Okay? And it's one of those things where you can literally eat a bag of peanuts for 6 innings.
Yep, it's true.
He's by far the biggest bang for your buck. I'll die on that hill.
You're going full peanuts. All right.
Yep.
So here's my top 3. All right, number 3 for me is peanuts.
Okay.
Number 2 is pretzel because, like I said, I know. Like once you eat it, it literally turns into gum and it just sits in you, and it's gross. But it does.
There's those times where it's like it's stuck right, like, and you're sitting there and like, you okay? You're like, no, I'm fine.
Oh.
And you just feel that lump.
Just trying to get it down.
Right down.
But I don't know. Like every time I'm like, woof, I've had a couple of beers here. I eat one of those pretzels and I'm like, no, I'm surprisingly sober. And it's
no, it does absorb the beer.
It's weird. It just like all the beer goes.
My brother swears by the pretzel. He's a pretzel.
So my number 1 is the Italian sausage. I just love it. However, Dark Horse, which recently came out a couple of years ago, which I'm really buying into, is the Tasty Burger Jalapeno Burger. So to your point, right? The Tasty Burger Jalapenos, man, that thing is bomb. It's bomb. And it's like $1 million because it's Fenway Park. But the jalapeno cheeseburger.
Yeah. It's tough to eat.
Yep. No, I love it. All right. You ready for your next before we go on, did I ever tell you about Tuna Fish Guy from the 2013 World Series?
No.
Have we talked about that on this podcast?
No, we have not. Tuna Fish Guy.
Well, time to talk Tuna Fish Guy. This might have to be the name of this week's podcast. All right.
Oh, did you like last week's name, then, by the way?
Oh, I loved it.
Blake Snell has blood disease.
Everyone was checking it out. They're like, he does?
Oh, yeah, it was trending. All right, Tuna Fish Guy, let's go.
All right, so here's the deal with Tuna Fish Guy. So Tuna Fish Guy was Game 6 of the 2013 World Series, which is the one where the Red Sox clinched the World Series. Tuna Fish Guy was a dude that was we were literally in the last row of the bleachers, okay? Because they reassign your seats. When you have season tickets, they reassign your seats. And this dude sitting in front of us had a Tupperware container, huge, of tuna fish. And he was sharing it with his daughter.
Did he have crackers?
No, it was just spoons, man. Plastic spoons. And they were both sitting there.
Was it in a cooler?
They had some sort of bag that was like
imagine like fucking going through security with a tote of fucking
Andy.
What a jackass.
We're in back of him and they're like and the smell is just wafting. And like me and my boy are like we're like about to puke.
You had 32 beers by that point.
We had, but, and that made it worse. It made it worse. We're trying to watch the Red Sox win a World Series, clinch, and you're eating tuna fish out of Tupperware?
Like, if I give you the money for a fish and chips, will you throw that away?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Let me buy you a chowder. How's that?
The worst.
It was awful, dude. And like the dude had a ponytail. He was a mess, man. No offense to men with ponytails, but no, it was a disaster. The Tuna Fish Guy was a disaster. My boy Mike Pacheco was with me. He'll attest to that. It was bad news. All right, I'm gonna ask you a question, then I gotta go refill my beer. All right. So, Forbes came out with a list. Most passionate fans in sports. Okay?
Yep.
All right. I want you to tell me what you think. Give me a couple. You know what I mean? Like there's 10, but give me a couple who you think made the list. I'm going to run very quickly to the refrigerator, grab a beer. I'm listening to you. You tell me. We'll see.
All right. We're gonna leave Boston out of this for a second because I think that they're definitely they're in the mix. When I think about just some craziness, though, I mean, there's obviously Philly, right? I mean, God, they threw fucking snowballs at Santa, right? I mean, like that's so. And Philly's got to be in there for that.
I'm checking off how many you get, so let's go.
Is it just pro?
What's up?
Is it just pro, or is some of them like college towns?
This is pro.
Okay.
And it's very specific. So it's not by city, it's by team, but you've already gotten one right. One of the top 10 is Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, so teams. Okay. Then the Bills are in there.
Nope.
Really?
Yep. You get 3 strikes, and then I'll tell you the list. Go ahead.
Okay. When we're talking about just like craziness, we're talking about Cowboys.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait till you see this list. You're gonna be like, what?
Like, yeah, these people don't even. It's gonna be like, yeah, the Seattle Sounders.
They do have a sick fan base, but they didn't make the cut.
Good. At least they feel like that's something. Oh, hold on. Is it like Ohio State?
No.
Alabama?
No college teams. This is pro.
All right, go ahead. What do we do? What's going on here? I mean, Yankees. Are we going that obvious?
No. All right. So here's the deal.
Are we going like Manchester? It's the United States, right?
Right.
It's not Abu Dhabi.
So you want me to take it from 10?
Yeah.
All right. So number 10 was the Boston Red Sox.
I think that's fair. I don't think they deserve. If we're talking all the sports, I think cracking the top 10 is respectable for the Red Sox. I think we're a fan base that's always there, but one of the good things.
Yeah, we're very critical, but I think that's part of it, right?
And also, though, one of the good things about baseball is you can kind of keep a side eye on it until your team is good. It's kind of almost okay.
Yeah.
Like, not everyone has to be a crazy fan.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Their faces and, to your point, like Ohio State and like, LSU and all that, like that.
Yeah.
College madness. Baseball fans generally aren't like that. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the beauty of baseball. You don't have to really understand the game to enjoy baseball. You can just like going out and hanging out in good weather. You know what I mean? Like that's the world of baseball. You know?
You put the game on. The reason why I'm pointing out there is that's where my yard is. You put the game on the radio and you do, you lay your mulch and you can have the best of all worlds. It's gorgeous.
So I like 10 for the Red Sox. What's 9? Let's go.
All right. So number 9 is the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Nah, that's bullshit, dude.
All right. Well, you ready?
I take the fucking Steelers. Are the Steelers in the list?
They are.
Okay, so I mean, I'll take the Steelers for the Penguins. The Penguins. Oh, it's real tough to be a fucking great fan base when you got fucking Lemieux, Yager, and then wow, that dynasty runs out. Oh, look what happens. You get Crosby. You get Miracle Malkin in the draft because the strike season they just did a fucking lottery. Hey, Pittsburgh, who won the Stanley Cup, gets first. Give me a break.
Unreal. That was the biggest coup in like professional sports. I was like,
the only thing worse was
Malkin.
The only thing worse was the LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. That was the only worst fix.
Well,
All right.
the Eli Manning thing was pretty bad too.
It wasn't great. All right, you're 0 for 2.
All right, so here's number 8. This is horrible. Oklahoma City Thunder.
Do they still have a team?
Exactly. So that fan base is more passionate or better than the Boston Red Sox?
Dude.
Awful.
Oklahoma's. There's nothing else there.
Number 7, the most bandwagon answer in the history of bandwagons, the Golden State Warriors.
They've had fans for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page. Speaking of having fans for 10 minutes, 6, the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, jeez. Oh, the 12th man. Ho, ho, ho. We're the Seattle Seahawks. We're the 12th man.
Number 5, the Eagles.
Dude, at least those people are fucking maniacs. I mean,
Yeah,
they murdered people.
I've been to
If
Philly.
the fans have murdered people in the name of the team, you get in the top 10.
Dude, I've been to Philly for Red Sox games, and those fans.
Yeah, I won't go.
You will leave there like wanting to like commit suicide. Like like they'll make you feel that bad about yourself. They're amazing. They're so bad. It's crazy.
It's a city that has to make statues of fictional characters. I mean, and they got the fucking Declaration of Independence. Like they got a fucking home run. like seriously, dude.
They have the Declaration of Independence, but they made a statue of a fictional boxer and they put it on there. Like that's like the major thing that people go to see.
Why not make the statue of the real
That's
guy?
on the Liberty Bell.
Yeah, like the guy who Rocky's kind of based on. No, fuck that dude.
No,
Rocky.
Sylvester Stallone. All right, number 3, the Saints.
It's a good fan base. It's just it's a fun town. I mean,
It's only. I mean, if you want to, but don't count the what are they called? The Pelicans. It's the stupidest name in professional sports.
at the what are they, the Orange Julius Center, like something's like they're like it's something like the Sutton Slurpee Center, or it's that bad. No, it's the smoothie. It's the
Orange Julius Center? No.
No, it's a something smoothie center. It's that bad.
P.S. Remember Orange Julius's? Those things were bomb.
Fucking awesome. Way underappreciated, dude.
Oh, dude, I mean, can we bring those back? Do we have enough money? Can we pool our money?
How about people who don't like creamsicles?
What is wrong?
They're awesome. No, I know.
It's ice cream and it's orange juice. Get with the program. Bullshit. All right,
All right,
number
so
2.
I'm okay on the Saints.
All right, number 2, New England Patriots.
That's real phony. We'll see.
Well, yeah. Here's the deal. We'll see this year, right? Were you always a Pats fan? I was always a Pats fan.
Yes and no.
I did like the 49ers because I did like Joe Montana. And I like Jerry Rice back in the day, but I always rooted for the hometown team. So
my family's originally from Western Mass. I lived in upstate New York for a little while, so the Giants were kind of like my dad and my grandfather's kind of deal.
Yeah,
and then
Giants were my dad's team too.
When I was living in upstate New York, was Lawrence Taylor during that, So, and I it was kind of cool because upstate New York, it's Buffalo fans, Giants fans, so it was actually kind of cool than the Super Bowls then. And then, yeah, it's kind of the blood, so you kind of got back into it. You know what I mean?
Yep. I always loved them. I mean, I was watching them whenever they were on TV. They were just my team, and my father would watch them, but my father was a Giants fan until they brought in Parcells, and then he totally switched to Patriots. He's like, "Yep." Yeah. He's like, "This guy."
Honestly, I didn't really follow football until kind of I got a little older. I think as a little kid,
I wasn't a big football guy probably until college. Like that's what you would do with your boys on Sunday.
I think football is a tough game for little kids to follow, to be honest.
Yep. Yeah, I mean my kids love baseball and hockey, And like, I never grew up with hockey, but my kids love it. I take them to hockey games and they freaking love it because it's fast and it's actually, and they love watching it and stuff. So, all right. Number one, the Packers.
I guess.
Bandwagon shit or no?
Not even bandwagon. Like it's just that's like the hipster doofus kind of fucking thing to go with. You know, ooh, the Packers. You know, did you know that they're actually the only team that's owned by the people?
By the fans.
The Packers are truly a real team. You know, like, dude, come on.
All right, Andy, you got anything else for this podcast? Because we're stretching it here. We're giving you content every week, folks, but there's no baseball, so we're trying our best here.
And I gotta tell you, I can't get up at 5:30 a.m. to watch Korean baseball.
I woke up at earliest I've woken up during the pandemic was 5:45. It was this week. I woke up. I just couldn't sleep, and I did some work. Put the Korean baseball on. It's brutal. I mean, it's AA baseball. I was psyched about it at first, and I have been watching here and there, but I mean, it's not something you sit down and watch.
Dude, I don't really watch. I don't watch college baseball. You know what I mean? It's like baseball kind of needs to be the best.
Right. Yeah.
It's such a hard game. You really
doesn't every sport. I mean, look at I went in hard with the XFL this year.
Whatever.
All right.
You barely watch.
Let's go. Right. And then it was like I watched for 2 weeks and I'm like, oh, again, this product sucks.
It's not that good. No, if they were good, they'd be in the NFL. Yeah.
Why do you want to do it? All right. Any last thoughts here, Andy? I want to. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about percentages real quick here. Okay.
Right.
What's your percentages that baseball has this season this year?
10.
That low.
Yep.
It looks bad. I'm not gonna lie. This week it seems like they don't have things together at all, and it looks bad.
Well, what's the date? It's the 22nd of May.
Yep.
Right. If they want to start by July 1st, they have to get some sort of reignition into spring training by June 1st. So I mean,
June 1st is kind of if they go past June 1st, they got a major problem.
Yeah, exactly. And, I think, the owners wanting to give them a pay cut and everything else. I mean, I don't blame them, but, the players are like, hey, we signed these contracts. It's, it's difficult. The reason why I don't think it's going to happen is because baseball has such an insane union. I mean, they're not.
Oh, they're crazy, but they're very strong, and that's great. And it stinks because I am almost always on the player's side. And it's like, but the alternative is you might lose your sport. That's a big problem.
Here's another take, and hear me out, because I kind of thought about this. Because I had already resigned myself that this was going to be my last year of my season tickets.
Okay.
Right? Because, they're just pricing me out. They're just getting, they're raising it's higher and higher and higher. I think when I first started this, it was just over $1,000. And now I'm getting, close to like 2,300 or something like that, whatever it is. Like, it's just like, oh my God, it's been 20 years.
That's an increase.
That is called inflation, folks. But like now it's like 2,300, and I'm like, right, I can't do this anymore. But I was thinking to myself the other day, I'm like, should I re-up next year? Because are people going to be clamoring for tickets? And I think it could go one of two ways. I think it could go like no one cares, or everyone now wants to go to Fenway Park.
We need it. Yeah.
Right? So which is it? I
don't know. That's a tough world to live in if you're in the speculative ticket.
Yeah. Ace Tickets and all those guys. Yeah. Struggling. And by the way, I know we've seen them together. I was totally bummed out because it was announced 2 days ago that the Black Crowes have canceled their 20th, 20 anniversary, 30, is it 30, 20? I don't know, 30 anniversary, 30-year anniversary of Shake Your Money Maker tour. So that's done.
Oh, jeez.
I'm heartbroken, dude.
Bummer.
all the young people like, the Black who? All right, brother. Episode 76 in the books. I want to.
Nice job. Way to bring it. Way to have some questions to pique the curiosity.
Yes.
And tickle the titties. Yeah.
And Andy, thank you always for producing. I love the music that you put to the last episode. You surprised me. We didn't even talk about it. I loved it.
Was that all right?
It was awesome. Loved it.
Right.
I wanted to continue.
Yeah.
One more shout out. Still selling our podcast t-shirts.
Yeah.
To help support Corky Row Club. 100% of all the money goes to Corky Row. We get no money, but you get a fresh t-shirt designed by my boy Jeff Gilligan, who is actually a Yankees fan, but he did us a solid. From New York, born and bred, and he did us a solid, designed the t-shirts. So we all can get along. but thanks to Jeff. Guys, please check out Instagram. Check us out on Instagram. Loaded on Lansdowne Pod. Check us out on Twitter. Same. Okay.
Same deal.
And on Facebook, we have the links. Buy a t-shirt and help out Corky Row.
And the future Spotify now, so we're on Spotify.
Spotify as well. And they serve meals to veterans in need weekly. And once the restaurants reopen, which hopefully will be in a couple of weeks, they'll get back to doing that. So we asked,
I think we're one or two positive comments away from getting the Joe Rogan deal at Spotify. So
all right, that's awesome.
We're close. We're real close. Real close.
So leave us comments too. All right, episode 76 in the books. We'll see you next week.
All right, peace.